back, throw one back, throw one back, pick your poison with me. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, it will set you free. Drinks are flowing, the stress is slipping away. This party's on, man, you know I'm here to stay. So damn glad the weekend is here. Baby, hit me with an ice cold beer. This rage is going all night long. Hot chicks, shots and song. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, pick your poison with me. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, it will set you free. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, pick your poison with me. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, it will set you free. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, pick your poison with me. Throw one back, throw one back, throw one back, it will set you free. Throw one back, throwing down, we're gonna tear up this town. Throwing back, throwing down, gonna make your head spin around. Throwing back, throwing back, throwing back, throwing back, throwing back.
That was one of the trickier endings in that the song was over and it didn't turn out to be a false ending. So, hello again. This is Todd, and you're listening to WEFT Sessions, and that was the actual end of the first song. What was it called?
That one was called Throw One Back.
Throwin' apostrophe back?
Throw one.
Throw
back.
one back, like beer.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Anything you want.
Root beer, obviously, because we do not depict alcohol over the radio.
There you go.
I used to have a very strict policy. We will not show any alcohol on the radio. So it's a lot less funny now that we have a... Well, actually, maybe it wasn't funny to begin with, but now that we have a camera...
Water's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, people no longer have to take my word for it. Now they have video evidence one way or another. And we even have that lovely little sign back there that is saying it better be root beer. So, all right. Why don't we... could we introduce the band individually?
Sure. Let's start over here with the band's namesake, Zach Dable.
Hi, I'm
Lead
Zach.
guitar.
I've been playing guitar since I was about in kindergarten, and this is my band. Thanks for tuning in.
And then I guess we'll do me next. My name's Perry Dable, lead vocals. And back here on our drums, Spencer Ely. Here also doing harmonies and some lead vocals, Ben Bellerud.
Hello.
On our rhythm guitar and a little bit of lead, Mr. Jim Diven.
Oh, we skipped one.
I'm sorry, I skipped one. I always save my lovely wife on the bass for last. See, the best for last kind of deal. And that's Jill Dable.
I was looking at Jill and I hear Jim, and I'm like, wait a minute. Did I get something backward? Or now, I'm curious. How did you pull rank and establish seniority in this group?
I didn't. My dad just kind of said, well, he's the talent. We just kind of make the rest happen. So it was just kind of bestowed upon me.
You just found out you were the namesake of the band without...
Well, the band name initially came in, we formed the band, and we're talking about ideas in the car, and, coming up with ones. I'm like, that's no good. Other people are like, that's no good. And then eventually he's like, well, if you don't come up with one, so he put it all on me.
Ah.
then he's like, we're just going to call it the Zach Dable Experience. I was not happy about it, but it kind of stuck.
Well, you handle it well, because I think twice in my life I've been told I was going to be in a band, and I had to convince people I don't sing or play an instrument. So, I can sell merch, but that's about it. And that's where things stayed. So I'm glad that you rose to the occasion and were actually able to. And I mean, my dad's a pianist, but I can't imagine my family just forming a band. So obviously, you said he's the talent, but you guys can't just be dead weight.
Well, Jill's actually a band director, so she's been playing music for her whole life as well. Band director over at Salt Fork High School, so she plays about every instrument.
I'll tell you a true story.
I can't play an instrument, so I sing.
So I tried to figure out guitar, and finally I found out that the handle actually has a function. It's not called the handle. It's called the fingerboard. That's where I was coming from. So that's also why I probably didn't get much further. So yeah, you guys, I mean, you're not holding it upside down.
We got it.
Very well. Now, do you have any gigs you want to plug? Because if you plug them now, you can plug them again later.
Oh, yeah, we've got plenty of gigs. This is our busiest summer to date. We're booked every weekend all the way up through August. And then we took a weekend off in August just because it's my wife and I's 35th wedding anniversary, so I figured we might want to be home and celebrate that. So I guess our next show is one of the places we play a lot. We do real well in the small town bar and grills. Sydney Saloon, Lola's up in Potomac, Lou and Denny's in Tolono. Those kind of our bread and butter. So our next show is actually this Saturday from 8 to 11 at Lola's Bar and Grill up in Potomac.
That's not the Kinks Lola, right?
Not the Kinks.
Okay.
We thought maybe we should learn that song and play it there, but we haven't done that yet. So.
Well, there are two different versions. Find out if they're a Coca-Cola crowd or a Cherry Cola crowd, because the BBC will not play you if you do the Coca-Cola version. I love that that's what that song got banned for. That was the controversial thing. Do you generally play for locals, or do people follow you from town to town? And
we have a pretty nice following. We've got some family members, some close friends that do a nice job of following us.
Okay.
But those different places, the locals do support us as well. So you just find out what works for you and just kind of. But we've expanded this year. We're going down to Olney and playing a party on the lake. That's about 110 miles south. We played at Mansfield this past Labor Day or Memorial Day weekend for a party. In a couple weeks, we're playing a private party up near Pontiac. And then we're playing over at the 36 Saloon, which a lot of people know, over in Rockville later this summer. So we're starting to get out there a little bit more now that we've been together 5.5 years, something like that.
All right. So this is for real. This isn't just experimenting to see if you want to make this work.
Well, it's for real until he decides to take off on his own, because he wants to be a musician who makes it big, which he's not going to drag a bunch of 40, 50-somethings with him.
Well, and his shirt says Colorado, so if he has his sights on Colorado, I don't know. Oh, I should clarify just one thing before I get angry letters or anything. What I was trying to point out was it's I think unexpected that in 1970 what Lola got banned for was name dropping Coca-Cola.
Well, sure.
I was not suggesting it should have been banned for any reason, but I just. The BBC, that was where they drew the line in 1970 is just kind of surprising to me, because, people think of, 50, 40 years ago. It's like, oh, they said D-A-M-N. That's shocking.
Exactly.
And, you can't say C-O-K-E, but all the other stuff is fine. Okay, well, now that we've got that out of the way, what do you have for us next?
Our next one's more of a kind of I guess Zach would call it a melodic rock song. It's kind of a song that he wrote. He told me, he said, hey, Perry, he said, I write the lyrics. He doesn't like to write. He likes to write music, but not the words. So he throws it at me and says, this is what I want the song to be about. I kind of put it together, throw it back to him for approval. And he said, I want this to kind of be a song of uplift, a song of hope. So It's a song called Opened My Eyes.
Okay.
And Ben's going to sing lead on this one. He has a voice that fits this one much better than me. So.
All right. I'm going to slip back there. I hope everybody can sit back and enjoy. Thanks.
Clear my head, rolled unwillingly out of bed, threw back the curtains to my surprise, the gray replaced by a new sunrise. Is this the same world I put to bed last night with a naked head? tortured soul. For the first time I opened my eyes today. The rays of the sun burning away the fog that engulfs me every day. Open my eyes, now I can see. Oh, how it has set me free. I open my eyes today. The colors that were washed away are back to stay. Drank deep of the sweet fresh air. A cool breeze swept through my hair. Felt the warmth of the sun on my face. I knew I'd finally found my place. This ain't the same world I put to bed. With confusion in my head, feel so much hope building inside. The darkness within me has died. For the first time I open my eyes today. The rays of the sun burning away the fog that engulfs me every day. Open my eyes, now I can see. Oh, how it has set me free. I open my eyes today. The colors that were washed away are back to stay. Let the rain wash away my despair. The wind blow away all of my cares. The light lift me up to a higher place. To start brand new with the past erased. Why it took me so long to see, I guess that doesn't really matter to me. Focus on the future that lies ahead, and not on the past, which to me is dead. Yeah, for the first time I open my eyes today. The rays of the sun burning away the fog that engulfs me every day. Open my eyes, now I can see. Oh, how it has set me free. I open my eyes today. Colors that were washed away are back to stay. someone like you, a girl to make all my dreams come true. I never thought I could ever feel this way. I need to be with you night and day. Someone like you, someone like you, someone like you, yeah, someone like you. Someone like you, someone like you. I need 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 someone like you, someone like you.
That was 2. How's that?
Perfect.
So yeah, I excuse me. Somebody asked me if I was all right earlier, and I realized I'd been wanting to clear my throat for over an hour, and I never got a chance. So on air is probably not the best place, but I feel fine. Anyway, how are you guys?
Awesome. We appreciate you having us here tonight. We
Oh,
really
well,
do.
as I usually say, I can't directly take credit. Mike Ingram does our booking, but I'm happy to have you here. Happy you can be here, and anything we can do for you, short of obviously we can't make you cocktails, but whatever else, just say the word.
All right. I think everything's great.
Good. Do you have social media you want to plug? Or?
Yeah, I guess right now we're on Facebook. Now we're hoping, and I think it was Mike that sent me something. Said, "Hey, did you get another website up yet?" Because we had talked about it. But Zach, he's got a second band. He's a Millikan college student. Has a band over there with all Millikan students called the Hangovers that are just starting to get out there playing original music.
Well,
And
we can't say that on the. No, I'm kidding. Could mean anything.
they're hanging over the ledge. So
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it is.
Good, wholesome, death-defying acrobatics.
So he wasn't sure if he wanted to start a Zach Dable page or if he wanted to integrate this into a page with his other bands. So we haven't gotten to that point yet. But you can catch everything Zach Dable Experience and Zach Dable right now on our Zach Dable Experience Facebook page.
Yeah, I just realized you were talking about playing in, what was it, Paxton and
Potomac.
and where are you based?
We are mostly based at, we're all from Catlin, actually, except for Spencer. Our drummer, Spencer's actually from Homer, which is where I grew up.
I've been to Homer.
But yeah, so we're all from Catlin. In fact, we all live in town. 4 of us go to the same church, and 3 of us are related, and so it's kind of a close-knit little group.
It's interesting you say that because I was at a going-away party, really for a band, because kind of the main guy was leaving, so the band could continue, but in any event, one of the guys was talking about how he consciously decided to make Homer his base of operations because it was between Champaign and Urbana, and I guess they just fell in love with it, and it was kind of neat to hear about, but he said the nightlife is a little... Actually, Champaign's kind of been like that lately. We've lost some things, so...
Yeah, Homer's changed this town over the... I grew up there in the 70s and 80s, and actually... At that point in time, it was a happy little town. We had a bowling alley and a couple restaurants.
Really?
And yeah, the
Had
pool
no
hall.
idea.
There was always something to do. But, everything seems to be tied to the school. And when Homer closed their school after the teachers' strike in the late 80s, consolidated with ABL to form Heritage, the town of Homer changed a little bit because it wasn't the basis of the high school anymore.
I will tell you this. Now I have to go from Champaign to Urbana for a lot of the shows. If I have to start going from Champaign to Homer for a lot of the shows, that's not going to last.
It's not going to happen.
I might have to make my base of operations a little closer to wherever.
The only show you'll catch at Homer's if you come down to their annual festival called Crazy Days,
Or
which is in August, and we're playing there actually this year because Spencer said, hey, it's my hometown. We got to play there.
You guys could have a rehearsal or something. I mean, that would be a show at least for yourselves. and, you know, every time I start to complain there aren't shows in Champaign, I realize, I've got a show every Monday, so I have no right to complain. We got it good here.
There you go.
So thank you for making that possible, and by extension, thank you to everybody else who makes it possible, because I'm just the guy on the microphone. So, all right. Well, do you want to do a couple more?
Yeah, we'll do a couple more here. We're going to do kind of what we call a power ballad. Our next song is called Back to You, and that was the first song that we actually finished.
How many of these are originals? Because you mentioned
every one that we played so far is original. The first 5 will all be original, and then we'll probably do an original that we're kind of halfway in the process of finishing. We thought it might be a good time just to break it out and have a little fun with it. So you'll probably hear 6 originals tonight, and the first 5 that we're playing are all on the EP called Bang Bang Time.
I think I saw one.
We recorded back in January when Zach was on college break. We kind of rammed things through to get it together before he had to go back to school. So we put that out in, I guess, late February with a CD release party out at the Sydney Saloon, and we've been trying to get the music out ever since.
And how long a drive to Milligan is it?
Like an hour and a half.
Okay. Mine was 19 hours, so because I came here. So anyway, I'm glad that all worked out, and I think you've already introduced your song, so I'll just say one more time. This is WEFT Sessions, and you're listening to and hopefully enjoying the Zach Dable Experience. Thank you.
Can't forget you, though I've tried. Saying I don't need you is a lie. All these years trying to forget, but my heart just won't relent. So long, numb to the pain, and now know it's time to live again. To live, yes, to live once again. Oh girl, I've got to find my way back to you. I hope deep inside you feel that way too. Oh girl, I've got to find my way back to you. I hope deep inside you've got to feel that way too. Feel that way too. Fell down a dark hole and pushed you away. Gave you no good reason to stay. With clear mind I see I was so wrong. Got to get you back where you belong. For so long, numb to the pain, and now know it's time to live again. To live, yes, to live once again. Oh girl, I've got to find my way back to you. I think deep inside you feel that way too. Oh girl, I've got to find my way and leave no stone unturned. Find out all I need to know and leave no lesson unlearned. I will find you if it takes till the end of my days. When I do, I know it will wake me from this haze. Gotcha.
Our next song up here is the title track off the Bang Bang EP, so it's called Bang Bang Time. And to kind of go along with the little talk about the BBC, this song is one that's got a little bollocks to it, so hopefully you enjoy a rock song that runs away and has some fun.
There's a need running through my veins, burning hot, driving me insane. Do my best to control this desire. I'm nothing but a real live wire. 1,000 watts of electric power. Bang, bang time. Banging all night long. Bang, bang time. Dusk till dawn. Bang, bang time. That's what I gotta do. Bang, bang time. Rocking the whole night through, yeah. Been this way since I don't know when. Can't help myself, it's a sweet, sweet sin. Feel the pull every single day. Pick up my axe cause I just gotta play. 1,000 watts of electric power. Bang, bang time. Banging all night long. Bang, bang time. From dusk till dawn. Bang, bang time. That's what I gotta do. Bang,
So that was 2, and we have passed the 10:30 mark, so I should do the station ID and remind you that this is WEFT 90.1 FM Champaign. And I am noticing I'm back on my old microphone. The boom microphone is gone tonight. I talk differently into one, or I'm supposed to.
So hopefully you feel comfortable with the new one. Right?
Well, the thing is,
Or the old one.
my lips keep bumping into it, and I usually don't try to kiss the microphone because that's, other people probably use it. And so I have a question. I was listening to you play that song, and I think I even said to John, oh, they're covering No Way Out by D-Generation. And I said, wait a minute. Nobody's ever heard of that song. Like, it wasn't on the radio. The album is, I don't think we have anything it's a Brooklyn glam band. So, yeah, it sounded like this other song, but I don't think it was.
Can't say that I've heard of that one. Have you, Zach?
And
Not
honestly, if I hadn't heard it about a week ago, I wouldn't even have made the connection because it's really obscure. So,
Well, hopefully this one doesn't stay obscure.
and what's it called?
Bang Bang Time.
Okay.
And of course, the name got some raised eyebrows at first, thinking, what are they talking about?
Well, they say
But,
don't play with guns,
you know,
so.
it's a double entendre kind of thing where it leads you down one path, and then when you get to it, it's a whole different
Well,
song.
you
It's
know,
all about playing rock and roll.
Cher
is what
had
it
that
is.
song "Bang Bang My Baby Shot Me Down" back before she was Cher, when she was just Sonny and Cher. It was a solo, but she wasn't what Cher is now. She was the 1900s Cher, the human Cher, and pre-Twitter, and not as naked and not as whatever. So, yeah, your Bang Bang could just be an homage, a respectful. We have no idea why people would raise eyebrows at that. So what now?
Well, that's the 5 songs off our EP that we
Mm-hmm.
played. So I guess I'll look at the band and say, hey, do you guys want to go with the jam on the song? We're calling it Hammer Down.
And then you're going to cover D-Generation.
Well, I don't know about that. Now, we might cover an obscure song, though, that you've never heard. So you might even think it's an original.
If it's obscure, I'm likelier to know it than if it's
kind of a
famous.
southern rock band. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a band called Missouri.
I bet the band members have heard of it.
Well, they heard of it after I brought it up. Said, hey, let's play this song.
I will say, though, if it's southern, it shouldn't be Missouri. It should be Missouri.
They might call it Missouri. I don't know, but band out of St. Louis.
Was that what we're going to do?
Nobody really heard of them, but they have a song called Moving On that's kind of a typical southern rock dual guitar kind of.
When are we talking? When's that from?
It was from the late 70s.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the, if you remember the big station down in St. Louis, KC95, it was one of the big songs that they played on the local rotation down there back during that time frame.
My Wednesday night show is on the 70s right now. So, I actually could probably work that in if I had it. But
There you go, yeah.
all right. Well,
Maybe we'll just give you that one right now, and then
I
we'll
could-
come back to the Hammer Down song. in a
yeah,
little
sounds
bit.
good to me. This is WEFT Sessions with the Zach Dable Experience.
See, it's so new, the drummer hasn't even heard it yet.
What are we doing right now?
Moving on. Zach's going to give him some bars to hear.
Moving on from town to town, I'm alone on my own. All my life, when I've been moving, don't know why, just gotta go. And that road goes on and on into the sunset. And my destiny is bound to move me on. Never found the one to
So we'll give you another cover right now, a little REO Speedwagon, if you don't mind. One of their more rockin' songs from the 70s before they, nothing against it, before they went a little more poppy than they were back in the day.
Go for it.
It's a little back on the road again. It's the life of a band, you know.
Please don't hate me, mama, for what I'm about to do. The good times we've had together, they're just about now through. Please don't misunderstand me. I hate to see you cry, but we both know it might be better. Well, if I told you now goodbye, I'm back on the road again. It's time I leave you now. Maybe I'll see you next time that I'm around. Until then, I hope you're happy, baby. Good times come your way. Back on the road again. I'm on my way. Well, I love you since the day I met you. I love you till the day I die. But we both know that life will never, and we both know the reason why. And I've got to leave you, mama, and I've got to leave today. But you know that I'll see you next time that I come to your town to play. I'm back on the road again. It's time I leave you now. And maybe I'll see you next time that I'm around. Until then, I hope you're happy, baby. Good times come your way. Back on the road again. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Bye bye, baby.
right, you're listening to WEFT Sessions, and man, this hour's kind of flown by.
It has. It doesn't seem like it's almost to ramp up.
Oh, Mike, why don't we just give them another hour? Sweet. Unfortunately, it would be an unrecorded hour because the recording equipment only records up to a certain amount, which is why if I get too talkative, even if the band and I get talkative together, Mike will realize that some of it will be lost to history. And also, you know, there are people who come midnight, they actually want to go home. So I don't relate to those people at all. But
Well, if I didn't have the day job that pays to do the night job, I could understand exactly
there's the
what
rub.
you're saying.
Yeah, no, if I didn't make so much money here at WEFT, I would consider pursuing other hobbies. But you know, the glamour of WEFT is what keeps me here. So
Well, there you go. Well, I think we're going to give you a original jam here that we've really not ever played before. So
Now-
hopefully you're okay with that.
do you have two more?
We'll play 2 more songs.
Okay.
We'll
Let
start
me-
with the original.
Let me just tell people your name one more time because
Absolutely.
if not for the microphone stand people who are watching on YouTube or wherever, which they're not watching now because it's not live on YouTube, but if they're eventually watching on YouTube, they may be able to see that your shirt says Zach Dable Experience. But never hurts to every few songs put that out there because if people like a band but they don't know who it is, then they can't really throw money at you. So
Absolutely. We'll take as many plugs as possible.
we'll be back after this song to kind of wrap up and have one more song. Thanks.
Sounds good. Thank you. If you ever wanted to know what a Zach Dable rehearsal was like, well, you're going to get to see it right now.
This is a waltz, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Got a shot of black top in front of me. Moving fast enough now to set myself free. The look of a Cheshire cat as I motor your way. All revved up now, baby, and so ready to play. Hammer down, getting high. Wind in my face. Hammer down, getting high. Wind in my face. Hammer down, feel I can't fly. Get out of my way. Hammer down, getting high. Wind in my face. Hammer down, feel I can fly. Get out of the way. I got some cold ones chilling in the back. No boss man here, baby, riding my back. This day is my own. Rock and roll is all I need. Forget that cell phone. Hammer down, getting high. Wind in my face. Hammer down, feel like to fly. Get out of the way.
At least it goes to something a little something like that.
Should I whisper too?
No.
Okay.
Talk loudly.
I don't know that I've ever come out here to so much hush hush, you know.
Quiet.
But then again, I guess that usually transpires with a loud barroom drowning it out. So, well, I guess we're down to the last song, and provided that my computer is doing its job, we should have some obscure treats in the next hour. I don't know that they're. I don't know how they rival what you covered for obscurity, but it's not really a contest. So. But I like to think a lot of the music on WEFT, you know, if you don't hear it here, or if you weren't hearing it here, you might not be hearing it anywhere.
And
So,
I've listened to it time to time, and I'd say that's a pretty accurate statement.
well, have you found that if you don't like what's on, you tune in 2 hours later and it's something completely different? So-
Absolutely. Yep. It's a wide variety, lots of different genres, and yep, I kind of dig it.
And
So
do you know what we tell people, or what some of us tell people if they don't hear what they like? Come play it. Because we have some open slots, and you know, if you really know klezmer or polka or mariachi music, we don't currently have that represented because we don't have anybody that's really qualified to do it. But if you think you're qualified to do it and you want to tell us how to do it, you could do it yourself.
I
So,
just quit my mariachi band too.
hey, it's not too late. I mean,
you still got the hat.
if if Afghan Wigs can get back together, you know, the Smiths are not getting back together. Soul Coughing is not getting back together. But as long as people are alive, they can always reform their band if they don't just absolutely hate each other and can't be bought off.
Well, we're going to do one more cover for you.
Oh,
to take
plug your
you out
shows,
the
though.
door.
Plug your shows.
Plug my show. Okay, next show this Saturday, 8 to 11 at Lola's Bar and Grill in Potomac. Always a fun place to be.
Best
Great food, by
onion
the way, too.
rings ever.
Best onion rings ever, that's for sure. Then our next public show, I guess, is going to be, we're back at Lola's the 22nd, but that's a little different thing. It's we're opening for a Elvis impersonator, a guy by the name of Doug Church. But then our next actual public show is at the Danville American Legion. It's actually a fundraiser. We play a few of them a year to help out the community. It's a fundraiser for the PTSD there at the American Legion in Danville. So we play on and off from like 7 to 11. There's a few breaks in there as they do some raffles and different things. And then we're at Fat Man's Warehouse in downtown Danville. I believe it's Friday, July the 5th for what they call the After Summer Sounds Party in the Alley. So we'll be playing there. July 13th, we're at Balloons Over Vermilion, early evening, which is a big festival in Vermilion County where we have a lot of hot air balloons go off at the airport. So it's a 3-day event. And
Do you ever go up in them?
I do not. I'll be happy to watch them from the ground.
Anybody here? I know. I used to know one lady who was really into that, and I hope she's well. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Now, I have been told that I could take a second job sending one into orbit with all the hot air I have, but...
Well, it's nice to know that your act incorporates both music and comedy.
I try. They tell me not to quit my day job in either case, but...
Comedy's free.
You're reminding me. I was in a production. It was a mock trial, and I won an award for my Southern accent and my actual Southern supporting cast. They said, "You may have won an award, but you're still embarrassing us. Don't do that. You can't." Big city judges don't know any better, but you're embarrassing us. So.
And there might be some truth to that. I get you.
All right. Well, one more song from Zach Dable Experience tonight, and then a whole bunch of surprises. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And this one is a song that, although it's a cover from an early 80s song, it's kind of become our song. We play it about every show, and it's always requested. A little Greg Kinn band for you. A little long version.
that same old song with a melancholy sound. They don't write 'em like that anymore. They just don't write 'em like that anymore.
We've been living together for a million years. And now it feels so strange and in the atmosphere. And then the box plays a song I used to know. And now I'm staring at the bodies as they're dancing so slow. They don't ride 'em like that anymore. They just don't ride 'em like that anymore. Then you wind up staring at an empty glass. It's so easy to say that you'll forget your past. They don't write 'em like that anymore. They just don't write 'em like that anymore. They don't write 'em like that anymore. They just don't write 'em like that anymore.
Thank you very much.